Welcome back, fellow travelers. I want to talk to you today about the Captain's Boil in Ottawa. I want to give you my review on it. I ate at this restaurant earlier this week, and it was at the recommendation of my manager at work. And she knew how much I loved seafood. She's like, "You gotta try it out." She's been telling me for like months, and I just never got around to going to it. And then I had told her about my review of whale's bone and how I wasn't really, too enamored at it, because a lot of people at work were like, "Oh, you got to go to the whale's bone. You got to go to the whale's bone." Well, she was like, "If you didn't really like the whale's bone, check out the Captain's Boil. You might like that. It's a completely different dining experience." So I was like, let's jump in. And now we're going to jump in on that review. So I get to the Captain's Boil, and it's located, and I'll pop it up on the map right over here. The first thing you notice when going into the restaurant is that it's a small venue similar to the Whale's Bone. It's got about, I'd say, 12, 13 tables. The main shtick about this restaurant is that you order your choice of seafood. There is one non-seafood option, that's chicken. They take that seafood, they put it in a plastic bag with whatever spices and whatever seasoning that you want, and they boil it in that bag, and then they serve you that bag, full-on bag with the food inside of it. You don't get utensils, you do not get a plate. You're given a bib, and you're given some gloves, some plastic gloves to eat, and you eat with your hands. So it's not high-end dining. The prices are a bit expensive, but the atmosphere is really like, you eat good food and don't need to worry about looks. So I ordered the lobster. And I had also a side of fries and a side of garlic bread. Now, that is a lot of food, and I actually didn't know the portions of which I was getting. So the lobster was a whole lobster boiled in the bag. It was really cooked really well. The fry portion was huge. The fries I would have skipped on. They weren't really that good, but the garlic bread was phenomenal. Now, one thing I would have wished is that I had a brand new waiter, and they... brand new, like first day, I had asked him for some vinegar for my fries, and he had to go ask somebody else where the vinegar was, and he said, "Where do you guys keep the vinegar?" So clearly first day. But I wish he would have told me how big the portion was for the fries, because I would definitely not have ordered it. It is a table portion. Fries for like $5, so I should have expected that. The lobster itself was phenomenal. One of the best lobsters that I've had. The size of the lobster was great. It cost me $41 for the lobster, and then when I added the garlic bread, I added the French fries and a drink, came out to $61. Now, I actually didn't know what the price of the lobster would have been, because it was market price. So, a lot of restaurants have that for those types of menu choices. The thing I would have probably done, I hadn't realized it was that expensive, but I gotta say, it is worth the price. I've paid that much for lobster in other locations, and it's been actually a pretty bad experience at other venues where the food size wasn't good or the lobster wasn't properly cleaned. In this case, the lobster was cleaned perfectly. I didn't have any of that disgusting gunk that you normally have to deal with inside certain areas of the lobster. Furthermore, the ambience. The ambience was actually pretty laid back. I liked it. I liked the small venue. I liked the fact that I could eat with my hands, get my face all dirty, and not have to worry about looks or appearance. Now, if I was sitting out on the terrace, probably would have been a different story. I probably would have been more conservative, and I wouldn't have been as comfortable eating with my hands, despite that being the norm at this restaurant. People walking by will be like, "Oh my God, look at all this stuff on his face," like a George Costanza moment, almost. As I mentioned, the food was great through and through. The fries, I said they weren't that great, but I'm comparing them to a lot of different fry places. They were all right. But the garlic bread is what I would order instead of the fries. So if you had to choose one or the other, and you will, don't order both like I did. It's way too much food. The price was great. My waiter, despite being new, was great. The whole setup of the area was great, and it's one of the places that I think that if you're visiting Ottawa, this is a place to check out. Now, yeah, this is not Cape Cod lobster. This is not, seafood from the West Coast. This is, landlocked seafood. They do import their seafood, and I did see some of the people's crab options that they had. Those were phenomenal pieces of crab. They were huge. People were dipping their head. They're bobbing. And when somebody goes, they take a bite and they go like that, it's good food. It's all boiled, right? And if you have a friend that doesn't like seafood, well, there is a chicken option there. I don't recall there being a vegetarian option. I don't think there would be at a place called the Captain's Boil. I looked over the menu, didn't see it, but I don't think that you should pass this place up. If you're in Ottawa and looking for a good spot to eat, it is probably one of my favorite spots I've been to so far in Ottawa. That's my review. Head to it if you've got the chance. If you like seafood, make it a point of going there. I'd like to thank you for making me a part of your day. If you'd like to check out some of my other videos, you can do that right over there. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that right there. It really helps the channel, but it lets you know when we go live or upload new content. I'd like to thank you for making me a part of your day. Until next time, safe travels.